Oh shit. What's up, y'all? That was spicy. Ooh, goodness gracious. I got a buffalo chicken wrap for lunch, and it's spicier than I expected it to be. Hold on. I tried to scarf half of it down before having to come on here. What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? It's your girl Lethal. Welcome back to another off-season lunch chat. This is a horrible, sad off-season lunch chat. Um, Matt Ryan announced his retirement. Let's get out of all of the housekeeping stuff out of the way. I'll probably repeat myself as more people come in. What's up, y'all? Lethal here. Um, y'all know why South Breeze hasn't been here. If you have followed our page, follow him. Y'all saw the surprise and why he hasn't been able to be on during this off season. Because, ta-da, baby. That's what happens when you be nasty. We be doing nasty stuff. You be having babies. That's what happens. You kiss, you get pregnant. So y'all want to go congratulate South Breeze, go to South Breeze 706. Hit us up. Congratulate him on his beautiful baby. Um, woo. Like this video if you're on YouTube. If you're on Twitter, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Link is in the description on Twitter. If you don't follow us on Twitter, it's DBN Report. Excuse me, I almost choked on my water. And all that good stuff. Also, I have a vacation foodie channel. It's called Lethal Eats. Here on YouTube. You can also follow me if you just want to be nosy into my life. You can follow me on TikTok at Lethal Eats ATL. Oh, excuse me, that burp. I post there the most, and the fastest. I also have Instagram, Lethal Eats ATL for Falcons. The Instagram is lethal.b as in dog, B as in boy, as in R. All right, now that that is all out of the way. Oh, it's official. It's official. Matt Ryan's retired. Marcus, shut up real quick. Let me tell him to shut up. I'm at work, okay? I'm in the parking lot at my office. I am not showing my face because I don't need nobody coming and pulling up to my job. Thank you very much. Anyways, oh, Matt Ryan retired, y'all. Officially. But he did it as a Falcon. And I'm very, very happy he retired as a Falcon. I wasn't sure what he was going to do when everything went down with the Deshaun Watson situation, which it's really funny how we're we've all pretty much, well, most of us have swept that part under the rug. That whole situation with Deshaun Watson, but between the Deshaun Watson situation and how he was treated with that, I wasn't sure if he was going to retire as a Falcon. Um, I wasn't sure. I was hoping so, and I'm glad he did. Um, but damn, he gave us so much. And so when we lost him as a Falcon, yeah, it hurt. It definitely hurt. I think we were all, well, for the most part, hurt. Some people were mad because they're like, "Oh, doodle arm, he's scared, whatever, whatever." But still, the man did so much greatness for this franchise, for the team, for the organization. Like that man was arguably the heartbeat of since he started. With us. So 14 long years he retired. And the man, he's not a Colts legend, Marcus. The man is definitely Hall of Fame, no doubt about it. Um, man, it's like we knew this would happen one day, but it's still like, dang, man. And I don't know if y'all saw I hope y'all all saw it. But if you haven't, go to the Falcons YouTube or the Falcons Twitter, and he wrote a letter, a very heartfelt letter to the fans and everybody. And I definitely got choked up. I was at work like, oh man, who's who's cutting onions? Because that man, regardless of how he started declining, um, that man gave us a lot. He gave us a whole lot. He brought the franchise back to excitement. You know, he made wide receivers that shit. Like he made some wide receivers that we wouldn't have known about. He made them dang near legendary. Like, like I was looking back at highlights today, and the Roddy White Matt Ryan connection, the Julio Matt Ryan connection, Matt Ryan Tony Gonzalez, like those were so beautiful. Like y'all go back. I encourage all y'all to go back. I know they did an hour of touchdowns, an hour plus of touchdowns. The Falcons, YouTube did an hour every Matt Ryan touchdown. Like Taylor Gabriel, Hankerson. There's a few car salesmen now that were great under the Matt Ryan era. Like, man, when Matt Ryan was in his bag, he was in his bag. He was in his bag for years. For years. Like, he does not get the respect he deserves. I think the one time he got respect during 2016, the 2016 run, of course. And then when he went to go be a Colt. Other than that, they disrespected this man from the rooter to the tutor, from here to there. Every time they would not give this man his props. His props. Marcus, you could only come on if you ain't going. If you're gonna bash Matt Ryan, you can't come on. If you're gonna do that Hall of Fame BS you was doing yesterday in group chat, you cannot come on here. This is not about bashing this man and trying to push your agenda. Okay, so if you behave, Marcus, you can come on. If y'all can't see, he's in the comments. If you're gonna do a bash session, you can't come on. You grounded right now. But if you're not, then you can come on. So what you gonna do? You ain't gonna ask all them questions today. It's not about that. It's about him retiring. It's about the good he's done. Not you pushing your agenda. Y'all know Marcus loves pushing. Yeah, that's why y'all be attacking him every 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds. So yeah, man. Oh man. So sad. And it, bruh, did y'all see the ice cubes? How big they've gotten? Goodness gracious, y'all remember when they was fresh out the womb? They was at his press conference yesterday. I was like, what in the world? When did they get that tall? How did they get that big? One of them lost a tooth. When did the ice cubes get in tooth losing stages? Like, what is happening? I don't like it. I don't like it. Time's moving too fast. And they have, oh, I knew about the other baby. But they got a fresh baby. It's 5 of them now. Total. Matt, Sarah, the ice cubes, and a new baby. Do we have a name for the new baby? Anybody? A nickname? We got the ice cubes. What's the new baby called? What we gonna name the new baby? Oh man. Anyways, this man, legendary career. This is from the I think the Falcons app is where I got this from. Or was it Instagram? Or Twitter? Falcon something is where this graphic came from. Okay? It was one of those places. All his records and accolades. Like, y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Legend. He's ever gonna be cemented I can't even talk. Cemented as a Falcons legend. Probably our forever QB1. and we got him thanks to Vic. I mean, if Vic didn't mess up, then we wouldn't be here. And I'm grateful that we had this man. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, he sucked." Da, da, da. You got the Vic stands who are like, "Oh, Vic will always be better." Vic will never be better. Okay, as a Falcon, Vic would have never been better. Vic didn't get his shit together until after his bid, and then he started getting his shit together. All right, let's not even play these games here. Oh, this sucks. It's a sad day. Mark, are you coming on here? I can't even tell. Excuse me, hold on. I gotta clear my throat. Ooh, sorry, y'all. Allergies are still trying to come at me. I'm much better than I was. I don't know if y'all are in Georgia, side note, but allergy season has been bonkers. Bonkers. I don't know what it is. Okay, he said he's gonna behave, y'all. We gonna bring him on here. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. Where's the little thingy? Where's the thing? Alright, y'all. I just sent him the link. Goodness gracious. I've been stuttering and stuff. If you hear my air, it's getting toasty in Georgia. So I'm not trying to get heat stroke. So apologies. I know this ain't the most formal setup, but I'm doing this on my lunch break in my damn car. Y'all be alright. Oh my goodness. Man. It's hard to pin down my favorite Matt Ryan moment. I know my top favorite because obviously y'all know I love cussing. Is when he told Sanu to get fucking set. That was my favorite moment. Probably my top. That's just because I like cussing and I like seeing people as human as they can be. Like, oh, Matt Ryan cusses? What? I mean, they grown men. Of course they cuss, but you've never actually heard the man cuss until that moment. So that was definitely one of my favorites. Man, I think the Julio, let's see, it was one of the Panthers games. I forgot which year. But his connection when he had Julio move over, he motioned Julio to move over to the left, and Julio caught the ball over Luke. What's his last name? Luke K. Colucci, however you say his name. That man is a legend too. I'm sorry that I'm butchering your last name. When he caught the ball over him and then scored the touchdown, that was a great Matt Ryan moment right there. That was a great moment. Oh, here comes Marcus at the stage.
Yellow.
Marcus, yo,
Can you hear me?
yep,
Cool. Yeah. Last I heard you were talking about well, I guess celebrating the career of Matt Ryan and his official retirement. Uh
yes,
I know you pretty much already spoke on all the great things Matt Ryan did for the Falcons and how he kind of held it down in Atlanta for so long, and he's obviously going to get his jersey retired up there. He probably deserves a statue out in front of the stadium.
yeah,
I just as he was drafted in '08, right? Like
Yes.
2008, I think. So as someone speaking as a outsider who is not a fan of the Falcons, uh,
Yes, you are.
I could I can I could look at Matt Ryan and pretty much from his first year on, he was like a top 10 quarterback for his entire career. You know what I'm saying? And he was just consistently good to great. Sorry, I felt like he never really had any bad years. Like the team might not have been as good, but I felt like Matt Ryan was always consistently a top 10 quarterback every year that he was there. And as a Colts fan, it's kind of a thing where I was a little bit jealous of that because the entire time of Matt Ryan's tenure during Atlanta, the Colts went through like 7 quarterbacks, like from Peyton Manning when he got hurt to a bunch of other bum quarterbacks to Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck gets hurt. Like we go to Jacoby Brissett, Carson Wentz. Then eventually we end up with Matt Ryan ourselves. But I don't feel like uh, Falcons fans really understood what they had in Matt Ryan while he was there to it's one thing to you're not really sure about your team and what they're going to do, but if you know that you have at least you're going to have a top 10 quarterback under center every year, that's something that should have been appreciated more than what it was looking from the outside.
You saying looking from the outside a lot when it should be looking from the inside.
I mean, I've been to a few Falcons game in Atlanta, so it's not like I didn't, get a chance to see
Listen,
him in person.
we all know you're a Falcons fan. It's okay. It's okay. It is okay. We all know. Everybody. Everybody in here knows you're a Falcons fan.
I guess the main thing that was confusing to me is I I understand that he was a drastically different quarterback than what Michael Vick was. Like Michael Vick was like, super electrifying, exciting, big plays, all, running all over the field, throwing all over the field, doing all kinds of, you know, for the culture stuff, being in music videos in Atlanta, stuff like that. But like the idea that they never let Mike Vick go when Matt Ryan would consistently, produce every year and kind of, I felt like the Falcons were always in contention to win the division or at least make the playoffs for the most part. And it's like I never really understood what Atlanta wanted from Matt Ryan. Like, did he not run enough, or like he threw like hella touchdowns? I felt like, and it's just it felt like it wasn't good enough. And I feel like the moment he left was the moment where it's like, that's what he was. That's that's what we had. You go from watching Desmond Ritter for 2 years. It's like, and Marcus Mariota and Taylor Heineke, and it's like, damn, we we had a guy, we had a consistent quarterback that was going to show up and make people better. Like I feel it wasn't. I think Kyle Pitts, his best year was with Matt Ryan, wasn't it?
I'm not 100% sure about that.
Like I think
I'll have to look
Kyle
it up.
put like his rookie year was Matt Ryan's last year there, and that was I think he was either a Pro Bowler or an All Pro, and it's like he had 1,000 yards
Wait, did they
receiving.
put? Yeah, I'll look it up. I'm not.
I'm pretty sure I might be wrong, but either way, like you said, Matt Ryan has made receivers better than what they might have been. Like he's had receivers that produced with him throwing the ball, and then those receivers go somewhere else, and they're getting cut and waived and traded
Yeah,
away because they're not
they're
producing. It's
car
like,
salesmen now. Car owners, lot owners now. There's a lot. Like if you go back and start, like I started, but I definitely didn't finish. They put every touchdown that Matt Ryan has had, and some of those names, you're like, oh, I forgot about him. I forgot about him. Like yo, like some of those receivers, you're like, bro, I forgot you even existed. Because when you think about the list of wide receivers that Matt Ryan had, when you were off the top of your head, when you're like, ooh, Falcons wide receivers, you think number one, Julio Jones, Roddy White, and then maybe Taylor Gabriel.
Yeah, he I
That's
mean,
it. But definitely Roddy and Julio. You don't think of the rest. Like Taylor Gabriel came in, um, Hester came in. You don't think about those guys. You think about the top two. But Matt Ryan had a lot of no name receivers. Oh, Sanu, of course. You know, people think about Sanu. Um, but all those guys, like most of them, went somewhere else, or they got cut, and they do not exist anymore. Like boom. Like if it wasn't for Matt Ryan, a lot of those guys would not have played as long as they did. They wouldn't have. They probably wouldn't have gone to other teams. They wouldn't have played as long as they did if it was not for Matt Ryan. Just keep it a static. And a lot, the Vic discourse, that's never going to end. All right, that's Atlanta. It's like a decade, a generation pretty much has to be wiped out for the Vic discourse to end. Even though some have given it to the next generation, their children, some have. So there's some people, some millennials that are on the Vic train, and will always
that's
think Vic is better for whatever reason.
that's weird considering like Michael Vick hasn't been a Falcon for a super long time, like almost 10 years. He hasn't suited up for that team in a very long time. So I the like I got it when Michael Vick was playing for the Eagles and he was kind of balling out over there. Like I could kind of understand it at that point because it's like, dog, Michael Vick still had it. We could have brought him back after he got out of prison, federal prison for dogfighting. It's like, maybe, but like there was never. I felt like there was never an off season. Like, okay, so the first year you guys drafted Matt Ryan, I think the other quarterback in that draft was like Joe Flacco, and Matt Ryan's better than Joe Flacco. Like, I don't care, like Super Bowl ring and all that. Like, that's fine, but that doesn't mean Flacco's better than Matt Ryan. And
Facts.
every 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 year there was never a time where a quarterback I feel like was available to where you could justify saying like, you know what, maybe we should upgrade over Matt Ryan. Now, I think at the end, like as last year when Deshaun Watson became available, I thought that was kind of a reasonable discussion to be like, okay, if we can get Deshaun Watson, then we can move off of Matt Ryan. That would make sense because it's an upgrade. He's a little bit younger. He's more mobile. He has a bigger arm. And this is at that time. Obviously, knowing what we know now, it seems like Deshaun Watson's actually cooked right now. But at that moment, there was only one season, one off season, where you could legitimately justify being like, you know what, maybe we could upgrade the quarterback position. And as a fan base, if you can go five seasons and not have to worry about your quarterback, that's a blessing. And the fact that, Falcons fans could go 14 straight years of being like, yeah, we don't have to worry about the quarterback position. We're good there. That's something that a lot of like off the top of my head, the only teams that I can think of that have gone that could go over 10 years and be like, okay, we're good at quarterback is probably like the Packers, uh, the Steelers with Big Ben, maybe like I think Kansas City's on that board. The Patriots, obviously with Tom Brady, but it's like people don't really understand how hard it is to like have a franchise quarterback for 10 years.
I agree. I think a lot of people, especially during his like decline, quote unquote, his decline, he ended up having a bit of a decline, but
Yeah, and then you
it's
and
like
then
they
you see
forgot.
well you see how hard it is to replace that. You know what I'm saying? Like you go
Nah,
from Matt Ryan to Marcus Mariota, Desmond Ritter, Taylor Heineke, and I can speak from a Colts fan perspective, losing Andrew Luck and going, 5 years of just being like, dog, we got to figure this out. It's hard to find a good quarterback.
it's very hard to find a good quarterback. But as we all know, going from Matt Ryan to then Mariota and Desmond Ritter, that was the Falcons' fault fucking that up. Bringing in, be like, oh, we're just gonna replace you, try to replace you with Deshaun, instead of just doing what needed to be done. Pick a pick a franchise, the next guy, have him sit behind Ryan for a couple of years, and then do the process of moving on. Like they didn't go about it the right way. And a lot of you fans out there, I'm not talking about people in the stream. Maybe you were one of them. If the shoe fits, the shoe fits. But there's a good number of y'all bashing Matt Ryan. Da, 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 da. Yes, was he declining from 2016? I think we all saw that shit. However, we told y'all gonna miss this man when he's gone. So y'all should stop. Stop disrespecting this man. Y'all gonna miss him when he's gone. What did y'all do? Y'all kept on. Then look, Mariota happened. Desmond Ritter happened. Now look at y'all. Y'all looking dumb. We told y'all.
I
That man,
saw.
I didn't even realize how long he was with us. To be honest, like, the years just have gone by so fast. Like, he said 14 years. I was like, 14 years? I had to go count and make sure, see my birth certificate, check how old I was. I was like, God damn, I'm old as hell. 14 years? Man,
Yeah, I saw
whew.
a post. I saw a post that was kind of saying that the Falcons kind of um I guess didn't appreciate, like, even the Falcons organization didn't appreciate what they had in Matt Ryan, because for his
Nope.
entire 14 years there, they never had a top 10 defense except for one time. And it's like it's one of them things where when it comes to team building and building a championship roster, like you've got to build a team. And once you get the quarterback position solidified, and maybe looking back on it, maybe trading all those picks for Julio Jones, that's debatable and if that was a good thing or not. But once you have that Matt Ryan Julio connection, like, now you need to start building out the whole team, like build out that defense, build out a pass rush, get them some secondary help, like like you, if when you have when and it's kind of like what the Chiefs did. Like, once you got your quarterback, if you believe in him and you can build an offensive line and a system around them, you know, you kind of can get by with, I don't want to say subpar receivers, but you can get by without having like the greatest, a top 10 receiver all time. You can just have an average receiver. And you give,
And he
if you,
did.
yeah, and you get one of those, if you have one of those seasons where you give Matt Ryan a top 10 season or top 10 defense consistently, you know, maybe the Falcons do a little bit more winning. Maybe they, have home field advantage in the playoffs. Maybe they are hosting games in Atlanta because they don't have to. Like, one thing I didn't really, because, when he announced his retirement, I went back and I was kind of looking at some of his stats and what he accomplished there. Matt Ryan, he's put up a lot of game winning drives. Like, he'll keep you in a game. Like, I'm not saying he's like, he obviously he's not like Tom Brady or something like that, but when it comes to orchestrating a game-winning drive, like Matt Ryan was one of the best at doing it. Like, you
Damn
can't
right.
you can't sleep on what he did if you just go look at the numbers and kind of look at the seasons that he had when he didn't have a great defense that could hold a lead. And it's like, all right, we're down 3 or we're down 4, with 40 seconds left. We need you to go down there and get us in field goal range or get us a touchdown. Like, Matt Ryan, for the most part, is going to get it done for you, and that's what you want. But at the end of the day, you got to have a team. You just can't go out there and be like, all right, we got a quarterback, that's it, we don't need anything else. Like, you got to build a whole team.
Yeah, Matt Ryan was that guy. People always slept, but he could get us down there. He could get us down there. When, especially, prior to the
I
last shitty coach we had.
I think it is going to be, and I'm not gonna go into the conversation we had in the group chat in too
You,
deep, but I do think it's going to be interesting when he does become Hall of Fame eligible. I think it's going to be an interesting conversation to see what. because I like, I asked you what you thought, and obviously you think he's a no questionable, first ballot Hall of Famer, and I feel like most Falcons fans would say that he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think a lot of people from the outside looking in would say like he's probably a Hall of Famer, and I think it's going to be interesting to see where like the voters and other fan bases how they viewed his career, because I really think I think the that Super Bowl loss, I think that's gonna hurt him. Like that's
Mm-mm.
if you ask a lot of fans, a lot of non Falcons fans, what they think about the Falcons in Atlanta specifically, the first thing they're gonna bring up is 28-3, like every time, and it's just like you know once you get like you'd be surprised you'd be surprised what one Super Bowl can do for you. You know what I'm saying? Like someone like Russell Wilson, he was pretty much untouchable for a while and impeachable because he got that one ring. Aaron Rodgers, he hasn't been to the Super Bowl in almost 10 years. And people still kind of, well, once he gets healthy, maybe they can do something. It's like, dog, he's 40 years old. Like he's not getting better, but he has that one ring. So it's still like people will still believe in him. And like Eli Manning's got 2 rings, and people are going to be upset if he doesn't get in the Hall of Fame. And it's like, he wasn't good. He had 2 good years and won a Super Bowl, but like as a quarterback, that Super Bowl ring, like Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford's the perfect example. Matthew Stafford was not a Hall of Fame quarterback. He was not on, he didn't have a Hall of Fame quarterback trajectory. He wasn't really putting up Hall of Fame numbers. He had a Hall of Fame talent, but he didn't do any winning as a team. I don't think he made that many. I think he made like one Pro Bowl, never made it All Pro, never in the MVP conversation. But he has that one year in Los Angeles and wins the Super Bowl, and now it's first ballot Hall of Famer Matt Stafford. It's like that's what that Super Bowl ring does for you. It'll completely change your career, and I think losing a Super Bowl and never having one, like never getting a chance to go and get one, that will also define your career in the opposite direction. Like uh, John Elway was not considered a clutch quarterback because he went to the Super Bowl 3 times and lost. But then he finally, like at the very end, he changed his entire narrative because he won 2 Super Bowls. And I think the narrative around Matt Ryan is gonna get kind of cloudy with a lot of outsiders because the main thing that they're gonna remember is that 28-3 Super Bowl loss.
I disagree because with his retirement, he's been getting nothing but praise. I haven't seen people bring up the Super Bowl. They've brought up his accolades and all that stuff. I'm gonna send you this one graphic. Sorry, y'all. I forgot to screenshot it, but I'm gonna retweet it. So if you don't follow us on Twitter or me on Instagram, I'm gonna retweet it and I'll post it on Instagram. This one graphic that shows basically that Matt Ryan has done better than all these players that are in the Hall of Fame and not in the Hall of Fame as of yet. He's done a lot better than current Hall of Fame quarterbacks and quarterbacks that we know, like you said, Russell Wilson and them, that are going to be in the Hall of Fame. This man's going to be first ballot Hall of Fame. One little Super Bowl, we know what happened. That man's knee was not down in overtime. All right, let's just get that out the way. Shannon shit, it's on site. He fucked that shit up. Why would you put a 5 foot midget on a big ass 300-pound man? Does that make sense to you? We all know Shannon shit set that shit up. We all know what happened. Okay? So that's why they're going to look past it. Nobody's brought that shit up. Except for probably, I think Saints fans probably have. And I've seen even some Saints fans, and if I'm not mistaken, I saw a Saints player, unless it was one of those Saints player fan pages that gave him his props. Matt Ryan, I think, who is it? Who's the one that's annoying that keeps hitting, trying to tackle him on TV? Oh, Cameron Jordan.
Yeah,
That
Cameron
man
Jordan.
respects Matt Ryan down from the rooter to the goddamn tutor. I ain't seen no negativity, no bad press except for people who like Vic is better, for whatever reason. But we ignore them because they're stupid. Like they're clearly in the No Child Left Behind program of children that should have been left behind. They should have been left behind. All y'all should have been left behind to say Vic was better. Y'all need to be back in school starting from pre-K. All right, they need an adult pre-K
Well, I mean,
because y'all are dumb.
speaking of the Saints, Drew Brees. Drew Brees was kind of a lot of people could have considered him a stat patter. You know, the Saints went seven and
Really
nine. Like
not a
I'm
stat
just saying,
pattern.
I'm just saying, like that would have been the narrative around Drew Brees is he's a stat patter. He's not a winner. The Saints go 7 and 9 every year, but he gets one Super Bowl ring and then never gets close to it again. And now the narrative on him is different. Like that's the one Super Bowl appearance can change your entire narrative about your career, and it did for him.
All right, that man is probably gonna be in the Hall of Fame too. But
Oh yeah, I mean, like,
you have a let me tell you, something. This man has a personal vendetta against the Hall of Fame. He wants it
whoa.
scrubbed and he wants to make up the rules for who needs to be in the Hall of Fame. That's where he's trying to get at. Let me tell y'all, this man needs help. He needs help. He hates everybody in Hall of Fame right now. He don't want nobody. He only thinks 10 players in the whole NFL should be in the Hall of Fame. Okay? Y'all can't listen to this man. And it's not about that. What I tell you before you got here? I said this is not
I wasn't trying to do it. I was trying to, stay out of that.
it's not about that. Okay? Matt Ryan is going to the Hall of Fame.
I'm more so talking about the narrative about their career. Like that don't like people are all like the main not the main conversation, but it 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 will get brought up when Matt Ryan is eligible to get voted into the Hall of Fame. People will bring it up. Like they might not bring it up now because it's a celebration of his career and what he's done in Atlanta as a Falcon, but when they're just like, all right, here's all the eligible players for the Hall of Fame. Here's Matt Ryan. Here's all his numbers. And even the Super Bowl, like he made some great plays in there. He made some like the throw and catch that he made to Julio on the sideline, or like that's one of the greatest catches ever. But because the Falcons lost, no one's gonna remember that play. It's not gonna be a play that gets brought up.
People remember that play because people did top 10 catches, and that catch is always in there. Everybody remembers that play. Everybody in their mom remembers that play. Matter of fact, there's a Chicago Bears fan at my job that remembers that play.
In Atlanta.
Beautiful, simply beautiful. Speaking of real Julio Jones, real quick, let me tell you, I swear, faux cheese, I saw that man driving. I swear I saw that man driving, y'all. And I'm not gonna say that because I don't want a stalker charge. But I had a glance and I was like, wait a minute, that black man looks very familiar. And then he got in front of me and then he took off. And I'm not gonna say I tried to catch up with him, but I'm also not gonna say that I tried to catch up with him. Allegedly, I tried, but I was unsuccessful because if that was him, he was driving very fast in a big car, and I didn't want to get no accident. But I'm very upset that my brain didn't register. And this is the second time I've seen a Falcons player in these streets, and my brain did not register that that was them. And I'm upset. I'm like, oh, that's a fancy looking black man. And I was like, oh shit, that's Roddy White. And it was too late. But he smiled and said hi. I need my brain to work faster. But
Julio.
anyways,
Well, speaking of
um,
speaking of speaking of Julio, is he retired yet? Like, when is that gonna happen? Because
I think he
enough.
said, dog, I don't know what that man's doing. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he actually wants to play more, if he's just collecting a check. Like, I don't know what he's doing. But
If he wants
it's
to,
going to be interesting to see where he retires. If he's just going to retire for football in general, or if he's gonna retire with a team. I need him in about 2 years to write a tell-all because I need to know what happened between him and the Falcons. Because what the fuck was that? What happened to have him call Barney and be like, nah, fuck them. I'm
Not
leaving.
not Barney.
I forgot his name, and I remember people calling him Barney, and
Shannon
I
Sharp.
figured everybody else would know who I was talking about. My brain farted, but I knew everybody would know if I said Barney, exactly who I was talking about. Like, what the hell happened between him and the Falcon to make him just bounce like that?
Yeah, I feel
I,
like Julio Jones needs to just go ahead and sign with the Chiefs so he can get that ring and call it a career.
if that's what he wants, cool. Pull a Kevin Durant. I'm one of them people that ain't mad at Kevin Durant for doing it. If I want a ring, I'm gonna go get my ring. Point blank, period. I don't care how y'all feel about it. Kiss my ass. And let's be real, everybody. If you ain't come to this conclusion yet, Russell Wilson was not getting a ring with Kevin Durant. Russell Wilson was part of the problem. Okay, all right. All right. We gonna move on to basketball. I got a few minutes. We got like 2 minutes. Um, I forgot what I was gonna say. Anyways, you got anything else real quick?
No, just I guess just to fans of every team, just appreciate if you have a franchise quarterback, just appreciate it because one day you got him, and then for the next 6 years you're in purgatory.
Unless you can find a great replacement. So everybody on here, y'all need to text somebody. Don't text your ex that don't want to hear from your ass because you cheated a million times. But I need y'all to call somebody today and let them know how much you appreciate them because you never know when they're gonna be gone. That is everybody's homework. Everybody, it's all y'all's homework to do that. All right. So draft day will be live probably around the sixth pick. What time is that? Don't ask. Y'all know how the draft is. How the hell are we supposed to know? Y'all know how the draft is. We'll be live around then. I think Audio Falcons Mind is doing a show tonight talking about Matt Ryan, so tune in for that. I think Smitty and A1 did a show yesterday about Matt Ryan, so y'all check that out. I think Berto uh has he done 95 Sports Show South Show? I don't know if he's done one, but y'all go make sure I check out all the guys. I'm sure Big Country's gonna do one. I'll probably pop into different draft shows until we just go live. So if you are on one of their draft shows, that's cool. Just check out our live reactions the next day. So whenever the sixth pick comes on, if you want to pop into ours, cool. If not, cool. Just check it out. Follow KTSEF, follow Marcus Sniffles on here on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to this channel. Like the video. Leave a comment. Let us know your favorite Matt Ryan memory. Put it in the comments, and we will see y'all for the draft. And then, whenever we get our punishment over Kirk Cousins opening his big ass mouth, we'll do an episode then about the punishment for that. So, can't wait to see y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. And on that note, we out.